Okay, this is the second time I had a video, because if you saw yesterday's vlog, it just cut off, and that's why I titled it, It Got Cut Off. Because I forget to delete my videos. I had videos from December on here, vlogs from December. Not even, I think from like November I had vlogs on there. Because I had vlogs from when I was doing the toy drive thing, when I was buying all the toys. I still had vlogs from that. So my iPhone just cuts me off, so that kind of sucked. So now I'm redoing it. Anyway, so just to recap, did I say I had an epiphany? It's not an epiphany. Epiphany? It's an epiphany. I can't even speak. I didn't have an epiphany. It's not anything like that. But this whole, now watching TV thing's really working out for me. I've noticed that I really enjoy. I've always enjoyed books, but I've had this thing because I'm dyslexic. Like reading sometimes is just really bad for me. I'm not into it because I always think I could be watching TV or I could be playing some video games. You know what I'm saying? But no, like with the TV not being there, I really do concentrate on other stuff. It's either I read a book or I listen to a book, or I still play video games. I'm not gonna play no video game. But I also do work on my writing and stuff a little bit more. But anyways, so like I said, I finished Looking for Alaska today. Great book, great book. Before I do that, I do want to say that I also started reading The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I've said that before, but I really like the movie, and I'm just like really into the book right now. And I've already seen the movie, so I know what's going to happen. I know how the ending's supposed to be. But I'm still really excited as I read this because there's new information, and that's why I've always said that I think watching the movie for me, because I know other people are like, hell no, I don't want to know what happens. But I think as you're watching the movie, aren't you still surprised if it's a good movie? Like, whoa, that was crazy. So, if some people get surprised by what happened in the book, well, you're not going to get surprised if it happens in the movie, if you saw the movie first, So I just think it's, something good, whatever, to do that way. Anyways, I'm totally off topic, and I had said more about that in the other vlog that I had to delete because I got cut off. But this John Green book, right, Looking for Alaska, first off, it's a great book. The characters are awesome. It's really well written, and it's just it hits hard to me because, it involves certain things. It involves about like being that kid in school that you're kind of trying to fit in, and you'll go with a questionable crowd just because they accept you for who you are. And I kind of feel that way because, when I started high school, or maybe like mid of middle school. The middle of middle school, I kind of didn't know where I fit in, I had certain friends growing up, but then, like, at the end of middle school, I switched the kind of people I hung out with. So I kind of related to this book a lot, and then there's certain situations that happen in this book that I can also relate to. So it was a really great book, but the thing that struck me the most, craziness hit me out of the park because didn't know, was the author John Green is one of the Vlogbrothers. I did not know that. If you don't know who the Vlogbrothers are, they're, VidCon is basically how I know them. I didn't, like I said, last year, I haven't been into the YouTube game for that long. But I started, when I went to VidCon, started seeing all these people, and I'm like, who's that? Started knowing about everybody, and the Vlogbrothers were, I thought, I was like, okay, they have a YouTube channel. If you know anything about YouTube, or you've been watching YouTube for a while, you don't watch every single person that's famous on YouTube. Not everybody's into every single famous person. But I knew who the Vlogbrothers were, but I didn't know John Green was that John Green, the one that's writing these books that are #1 bestsellers in New York and stuff. I didn't know that. I thought he was just, John is a common name. John is so common. I know a bajillion Johns. And, their last name's Green. I mean, Tom Green is famous, and he's Green, it's the last name. I did not know, and they were the same thing, because I don't read a lot. I'm not gonna lie there. I haven't read as many books as I want. I mean, I was talking to my friend Rhonda earlier, and I told her that, this whole not watching TV thing's helped out a lot, because I've listened to 3 books already, and I should finish The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo in about a week or so, depending if I read over my next 2 days off or not. But last year, I think I read 3 books total, and I've already listened to 3 books in like 2 weeks. And so I mean, it was a Hunger Games series. If you're thinking about it, I love that series. But that's all I read last year. But now I'm already almost to 4 books in 2 weeks, which is nuts. So I don't read a lot. And to find out that John Green, who's a YouTuber, is also a #1 best-selling author is freaking awesome, you know? I had no idea. Everybody's probably, if you're watching this vlog, you're like, you're stupid. Of course it's the same John Green. But I didn't know that, I had no idea. And that's crazy because I knew about the book. Now, I knew about the Faults in the Stars or something like that. I knew about that book before I went to VidCon. And I was like, oh, cool, the Vlogbrothers, I didn't know their material. I didn't watch their channel and stuff. So I was like, oh my god, Jenna Marbles! That was my thing when I went to VidCon. But man, that's just awesome. I've always had respect for authors or people that can write a book. I've always said that I think I can write, but more movie style. I can write a script. But when it comes, I don't think I could ever form a book on my own, seriously, just because it's so, it's just a different style of writing. I can come up with a character easy. I can give you a background on a character. I can do all that. But to like formally write it into a novel or a book, no, I can't do that. That's, at least maybe I've never put my mind to it. And it's so detailed and complex in the way you write. I'm so used to, here's the name, they say this. You put a name, a script is so easy to write. I think anybody can write a script. But a novel just, sometimes I think it takes genius, but I've read bad books, so I'm not going to say it takes genius, but his books are so good, or that one book I've read, but I am going to read The Faults of the Stars, or whatever it is called, and yeah, anyway, so that John Green found out. I'm going to go ahead and go, this thing's already over 6 minutes, so yeah, I didn't know that. I'm sorry if it makes me look dumb. I don't read a lot, but it's an amazing book. John Green, you're awesome. Hopefully, I'll go to VidCon this year again, and hopefully get that book signed, because that was awesome. It was a good book. You're not going to watch this. But yeah, you're an amazing writer. I didn't know. That's awesome. You learn something new every day, kids. As always, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the Music Monday channel. Subscribe to the Vlogbrothers, because they're freaking amazing. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.